Hello, my name is Daniel. Welcome to DV Hicks Insights. And just a little bit about this channel before I get into this video. We are a channel where we deal with our mentality, inspiration, becoming a better person, and learning through our experiences. Okay, that sounds super boring as hell, but stick around. Okay, today we're talking about what happens to people when they work a 9 to 5 job. And you may be saying, bro, like, what the heck? You're 18. You can't talk about working a 9 to 5 job. In the summer of last year, which was 2021, I worked a 9 to 5 job. You can call it a 9 to 6 job at some place called PJ Spring. This was a 18-wheeler repair shop and truck alignment. So basically we worked on the big trucks. And in this time, this was about 2 months, I worked 9 to 6, 6 days a week. So a little bit more than your average 9 to 5 job, 1 hour more each day, and then an extra day on top of that, Monday to Saturday. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about my mentality, how it affected me physically, mentally, and just my experience going through that, and how my perspective changed on working a 9 to 5 job. Because before, I kind of not trashed it, but like I thought a little bit less of a 9 to 5 job. But actually working and going through the experience taught me something very valuable, and that people working 9 to 5 jobs are really amazing people, man. These people are amazing contributors to society. They work so hard. So hard. I applaud them, man. Absolutely. So let's get into it. So basically, I worked at a place called PJ Spring, as I mentioned before, 18-wheeler truck repair shop. And I was working on the floor with the mechanics. There was 3 other mechanics that I was working with, sometimes 4. And it was a very physically demanding job. As I said before, I worked 9 to 6. So 9 hours a day, man. I literally was there by the time the sun came up and would leave when the sun went down. And I worked Monday to Saturday. On top of this, I also played sports literally after I worked. And let me tell you, man, I used to be a star athlete. And after working that job and then going to my sports at the end of the day, I was so tired that it felt like I was just like lazy with everything I did, and my athletic performance just went like way down the toilet. It's bad, but like it's all good. So basically, clear that through. How did I feel at the end of the day? After working a 9 to 6, man, like you feel so drained, and especially because I was lifting like things like leaf springs. I was dealing with suspension parts, had to crawl on my hands and knees all day, moving around a lot. It was a lot of stress on my body, man. It was a lot of physical labor, and so doing much physical activity after work was very tiring. Even doing something like going to the driving range to play some golf, 300 yards drives, I could do that, but after work, probably not. So that's one thing. Physically, you're very drained and you're very tired. Mentally, you're working 8 hours a day. It takes a toll on your mind as well. When you get home, it's so hard. I had to pry myself not to watch TV or go on my phone because you're just too tired to do and think about so many different things, man. Like, a lot of your mental capability is taken up in that 8 hours, especially if you're working a job where you're working on a computer all day, man. It is so hard, man. Just for your eyes and your brain to think so much each day and then have to go home, make all these decisions. It's difficult. It's difficult, let me tell you that. I'm just gonna check my notes, but. Okay, another important task that kind of follows with a 9 to 5 is having, some drive and ambition at the end of the day. I'm the kind of person who I'm there to inspire. I love to inspire, I love to talk, but man, it's difficult to be inspired after a full day of working because you just feel like you've been worked like a dog. You feel tired, you feel spent, you feel exhausted, and then to go home and try and do other things like a YouTube channel or try and build a brand or a business. That's why I think so many people, they work a 9 to 5, they quit it, and then they start the business because it's so difficult to build something on top of that. Now, one thing to talk about is, let's say you want to be super ambitious. You are working your 9 to 5. You're like, man, it's so physically exhausting, but I want to branch into other territories. What you could do is save up an influx of cash, or put your cash in a position where you could potentially get paid just for holding it in there, like a dividend or a rental property. Slowly build little things up over time. It might not be the end, it might not be something that's going to completely like transform you right then and there, but it's going to help you out a little bit if you want to quit your job and you want to look for other ventures. So if you're struggling with your job, or you want to look elsewhere, you want to be more ambitious, save up some cash, save up some reserves, so you're not stressing, you're not constantly worrying and putting that much pressure on yourself to like complete that business venture, even though you really should, you know, if you think about it, right? Because you want to be successful. I know you do. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Now, another important thing about when we're talking about 9 to 5s, man, is like, you know, there's so many people that work a 9 to 5 job. It's easy to get lost in all those people, man. You look at people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. These are people that have amassed great quantities of wealth, and they have provided a great quantity of services or products or financial, like I'm thinking Warren Buffett. He's you know, financially savvy, man. He provides money so that people can go out and try new things. New entrepreneurs can build up their businesses. Those people provide a lot of value to society. But you know who also provides a lot of value to society? People that work a 9 to 5 job. The only thing is they just don't get the same recognition. Each person is a contributing member of society. Each person is not seen as valuable as those people, because those people obviously create like massive corporations, like Apple, for example, something every person use like an iPhone, something everyone could use. But each person working a 9 to 5 is a contributing member of society, moving society in a forward direction and pushing humankind progress in the right direction. It is a beautiful thing. And I just don't think people get that same recognition. Man, so where am I getting at with the end of this video, man? I hope I gave you a little perspective on what it's like to work a 9 to 5. Maybe you're a person working a 9 to 5 and you want to potentially go on your own path. That's beautiful. Save up some reserve. Be adventurous. Have a plan before you just quit. Do what you want to do, man. Life is short. And for the people who are working a 9 to 5 and say, man, you know, I love my job, that's amazing. Because you know what? There is no shame in having a sense of security, a sense of a constant paycheck. You just have to be smart with it. Know that your paycheck is one source of income, and you got to be very careful. If you lose that job, that is your only income source that you have, and that's lost. So I would strictly advise people to, you know, look elsewhere and look for other sources of income. That's only my opinion, but you could take it or leave it. It's there for the taking, it's there for the leaving. You make that decision. I hope you enjoyed this video. My name is Daniel Budick. Thank you. I'm DBX Insights, signing off. See you later.